Play torrent games to play during this. Okay, I'm in the living room. Wait, that's not it. I need my office. Oh, I'm tired, man. I gotta sleep. Nope, gotta work. There we go. Office. Alright, let's go. It's time to do this. Alright, so whenever I start these videos, and especially when I talk about crypto games for your mobile device, for Android and iOS, I like to start with Thunder Games. And Thunder Games is this collection of little mini games that you can play on your phone and earn real Bitcoin. So we have Bitcoin Bounce, Turbo 84, all of these are available to play right now. They have Solitaire, added recently, Bitcoin Snake, so just like the old Snake game, but you actually earn Satoshis while playing. Now, can I get rich from playing these games? Absolutely not, but it is a fun thing to do on the side. I actually did the math at one point of how much you can actually earn in these types of games, and it's not even $5 a month as far as my research went. I haven't actually sat down to play for a month and test it because me personally, I'm not a fan of these types of games, but a lot of people are. A lot of people play, for example, Solitaire as it is. So if you're playing these types of casual games anyway, why not try Thunder Games? They're free and you can also earn some Satoshis on the side because why not, right? Anyway, welcome to the Mindblow Show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the Inspector. I will be your host. I'll be trying to blow your mind as I usually do. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and also the little bell icon so you never miss out on any future videos. And also, if you're really feeling the love, leave a like. It's the best way to show the YouTube algorithm you want to see more of this type of content. Now, I have started by talking about Thunder Games. I don't want to waste too much time on these casual games, and I want to talk about more games that I'm more excited about, but I just like to start off with them. And I have talked about them in the past, and whenever I do videos for crypto games for your phone, I will always mention Thunder Games. And now, as we're moving on to the next game, I'm kind of noticing something here. My face is not lit. Let's fix that. Well, that didn't work. Come on. Alright, there we go, much better. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Undead Blocks, the second game we're going to talk about. I've talked about Undead Blocks all the time. It's a game I used to be heavily invested in. I mean, I still am, but considering the price drop, so let me show you this. This is their Undead coin, alright? Looks normal, doesn't have too much volume, right? Let's go to the daily chart. Actually, let's go to the weekly chart. This is their coin, and I'm so disappointed in this because I have bought around here and I really wanted to support the ecosystem, so I have bought their coin here. I have staked it, and when you stake their coin you do get their loot for free. And so the way you play this game is if you have NFT weapons you can earn in the game, and so I do have NFT weapons, but I'm so disappointed in this price action that I just never bothered really playing the game. Now, why am I talking about this now? Am I still invested? Yes, I still have my coins, and of course I'm not gonna sell at a freaking 88% loss, so it is what it is. I'm either gonna write it out to zero or they're gonna do something that's going to make it go back up. Either way, here on playtorrent.net, it says that it is available for Android and iOS. Now, to the best of my knowledge, it's available only for PC at the moment. It is currently in the beta stages. If I'm wrong, please correct me on this. If it's already available on the phones, then that's amazing, but I don't think it is at the moment, but it will be, so it's something to keep your eyes on. They're rolling out their renting features in this year, so that's something I'm very much looking forward to. I'll be renting my NFTs because I will not be playing this game, mostly because I don't have time to play games, but also because I'm just not too big of a fan of this game. Now, has it anything to do with the price action and the fact that I'm a little bit butthurt as my investment not going good? Yes, it does. It wouldn't have had such a massive drop if the pre-sale investors didn't sell off their coins and they allowed them to do that. So I'm a little bit butthurt when it comes to that, but I will not be selling my coins and I will be renting my NFTs for other people to play with so they can also experience this game and play it for free, especially when it comes for mobile devices. Now, moving on to games that are amazing and that are going to be available for phones very soon, we have Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained is available for Windows right now. You can play it on your personal computer at this very moment. It's currently in the beta stages as well, but it has been in development for quite some time, and those of you who follow this channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of Undead Blocks. Why did I say Undead Blocks? I mean Gods Unchained. I'm not a huge fan of Undead Blocks. Alright, scratch that. I'm a huge fan of Gods Unchained. It's a trading card game for those of you who don't know, and it's a game I very much recommend. It is out for the phones, but as far as I know, they have only rolled out the alpha versions off the mobile device gameplay, let's call it that, of the mobile device version of the game. But it is available for Windows. Definitely recommend you check it out. It is free to play and you can earn in it. I have various different dedicated videos to Gods Unchained where I have talked about how much you can earn, where I have actually tried to sit down and earn for myself, even for a month of playing for free without investing into their NFTs. Now, a lot of people are heavily invested into Gods Unchained NFTs, and that's fine. I'm personally not, and it's mostly because of you guys, because I want to show you how much you can earn without investing anything, because that's kind of the whole point. Of course, I can invest, buy the best deck there is, and also that way I would support a game that I really like, but I have a different way of supporting it. I talk about Gods Unchained all the time. I don't need to invest in their NFTs. I talk about it so much. I haven't boarded a lot of people to play Gods Unchained. There's even a link in the description down below with my affiliates to Gods Unchained, where if you register, both me and you will get some of their Gods tokens. So this is how I choose to support them. I'm not paid by them. It's just a game that I very, very much enjoy. Now, that being said, moving on to the next game that I actually had no idea was available for phones, but apparently it is. Currently in the alpha stages, a game called Champions Arena by Gala Games. Now, this is a turn-based RPG action game. It is on the Gala network, but it is also on the Ethereum blockchain, available for Windows, Android, iOS, and web, which is very interesting that it's available for web. It'll be fully free to play once it comes out, once it gets its public release, and also play to earn NFT and crypto play to earn support, of course. So in Champions Arena, you have your little NFT champion guy, and now your champion guy fights other champions. You utilize powerful equipment such as spells and skills in the form of cards to aid your champions. Deck building will be a key strategy for players looking to find the best synergies, and lesser cards can be also combined into more powerful abilities. That's the premise of the game, and looking at a social score, 700, when the average social score is 148. So considering all of this, it's a game you should definitely keep on your radar, and it's a game you should definitely check out, especially if you're a mobile phone gamer. It has amazing graphics, especially for the phone. And, you know, Gala Games is a great studio. I hope they roll out more games for the phones. I hope Spider Tanks comes out for phones very soon. Now, this game also isn't available for phones right now. It is currently in the alpha stages. That's why I started this video with a game, or, well, a collection of games that's already available to play right now, which is the Thunder games. Now, before moving on to the fourth game on the list, here's something I wanted to give you a quick rundown of, right? So, we're here on playtoearn.net/blockchain games. Now, once you do this, you go to where it says all devices. You pick Android or you pick iOS, depending on what type of phone you use, but most of the time, if a game is available for Android, it's also going to be available for iOS and vice versa. Once you do this, you go to status, you click on live, and so this means it will show you only games which are available to play right at this moment. Once you do this, you go to free to play, because of course you want games that are free to play. I don't want to buy a $10K NFT in order to play a mobile game. And also where it says all play to earn, well, most of these will be play to earn, so I don't really have to do this, but I will go crypto play to earn. I don't want to earn NFTs, I want to earn crypto. So now we have the parameters. Mobile game is play to earn, is free to play, is live right now, those 4 filters, and here we go. These are all the games that are available to play right now. They're free and where you can earn. So we have a bunch of things here. So I could have just made a list compiling all of these games, but most of them we have talked about. We have talked about Turbo 84, Bitcoin Blocks, Bitcoin Bounce. This is from Thunder. All of this is from Thunder. Shiba Eternity. This is a card game which is available right now for phones. That's great, right? Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds, great game, available to play right now. Not exactly sure how you earn in it. I've never really tried it myself, but it does look really cool. It's like a little MMO RPG type of game. It's actually an action open world RPG. It's not an MMO, but it does have that feel. We have Benji Bananas, which is available to play right now. So a bunch of games here that you can play right at this moment. But, you know, the way I make these lists, I kind of want to bring highlights to games that will be better down the road. Oh, I punched my mic there. Games that kind of have hype behind them, games that you can get behind kind of before their release, because the way crypto works right now, if you want to earn for free in games, you got to be there early. So that's one of the main reasons why I try to bring you the games that will come out very, very soon, so you can get in early and try to get as much money as possible from them, especially considering most of these games, well, all of these games that I have talked about today will be free to play or already are free to play. So I guess my recommendation here would be to try out this method and see what you like the best. I would recommend trying Shiba Eternity if you're into card games that are available right now, or just wait for Gods Unchained to come out for the phones, and until then just play it on your PC. If you don't have a PC, well then you have Shiba Eternity, right? You have Turbo 84 and Bitcoin Bounce, which is the casual games that I talked about in the beginning of the video. We got Meta Apes right here. This is an MMO strategy game, free to play and win to earn, something I will cover at some point in the future. And also Ni no Kuni, something I would definitely recommend. It is free to play, free to try. A lot of people talk about Benji Bananas. I've never actually played it myself, but a lot of people do talk about it. Their social score is plummeting though for some reason. Either way, these are some of the games I would recommend you check out. So now more on the casual side of things in game number 4, but I guess you could call this game number 7, maybe even 8. I've talked about so many games, but you know, as far as talking a little bit more in depth about them, I guess it's 4, but you could kind of say it's 7, right? We got Crypto Pirates currently in the beta stages on the Binance Smart Chain, available for web, Android, iOS, Windows, and Mac, so most of the things except consoles. This is an adventure casual / sci-fi game where, well, this one's a little bit weird. Just look at this. You're a pirate in space, but you're not kind of flying a spaceship around. You're in an actual pirate ship in space. It makes zero sense. But then again, making money in games also makes no sense, so I guess we're fine. I would call this more of a casual game, but it does have NFT support. It is free to play, and it has also NFT play to earn, as well as crypto play to earn, which is great. It's a game to keep on your radar, and it's a game which social score has been rising rapidly during the past 24 hours. So look at this, a jump from 250 all the way to 450 in social score, which is amazing. If we go to the last 6 months, it's only been once around this spot, 450. So this is looking really good as far as social score is concerned. And if you're into these types of things, especially for more fantasy type of games, which are also kind of casual, this game is something you should keep on your radar, especially since it's also free, just like all of these games that I have talked about on today's list. Now, here's something I wasn't really sure about. I wasn't sure whether to keep this on the list, to even talk about this in this video, but Shrapnel. You guys remember Shrapnel? I used to talk about Shrapnel a couple times in the past, and Shrapnel looks amazing, right? I think it's built on Unreal Engine 4 or 5, but either way, even if it's not, it just looks amazing. It's an action / shooter kind of game, and something I didn't know is that it will be available for phones. At least so it says on playtorn.net, Android and iOS, but then again it also says web. So I went to their website, I couldn't find anything on their roadmap that would suggest that this is coming for phones. So a clarification from their part would be nice, whether it's going to be available for phones or not. There are phone games that have these types of graphics. There are phone games that have even better graphics than this, so it's not something that's impossible to do, of course, but it's something that surprised me very much to see, because Shrapnel looks freaking amazing. Just look at his gameplay. And this is going to run on your phone, and it's going to be on the Binance Smart Chain. It's going to be play to earn and also free to play. And look at his social score, 437. And if we go back 6 months, the social score has been above the average social score for a long time. It peaked at around 1500. So all of this is great. Shrapnel looks amazing. I hope to God it's going to be available for phones. And you know, it's just definitely something to keep your eyes on. Now, an honorable mention here, we have A3 Still Alive, just a game I found now while trying to teach you how to browse through the filters. It actually looks great, and it says it's live right now. For some reason, it has no NFT support, but it is free to play and crypto play to earn on the Marblex blockchain, something I'm not very familiar with. But other things that are on the Marblex blockchain is Ni no Kuni, we have Meta World, My City, and the King of Fighters Arena. No idea what all of that is. King of Fighters I do know, but I have no idea what this Meta World thing is. So these three are already live, which is kind of great. This is an MMORPG available for PC and for phones. PC version beta test is already out right now, and you know, this looks great. So I guess this is kind of an honorable mention. It kind of reminds me of Mir 4, and we have the App Store right here. We've got some screenshots of the game, a little bit of gameplay. It actually looks great. Very, very similar to Mir 4. Mir 4, one of my favorite games, which was available for phones. I played it on the PC, but it was available for phones. So at this point, it's been 18 minutes exactly of me talking nonstop and rambling. I gotta be honest, I went to bed at 2 a.m. I woke up at 6. I don't know where I'm finding the energy from, but it's 8:30 right now. I'm finishing recording of this video. Then I have to edit it and upload it and continue working on my other projects, you know. And why am I saying this? I guess to give you a little bit of motivation. I was in a down spot for a couple of days, maybe you could say a week, where I was finding it hard to find motivation to get up and do what I'm supposed to do. But I guess you don't need motivation. That's what I realized last night, or yesterday rather. I still don't have motivation, but as a man, it is my responsibility to wake up and do what I gotta do, whether I feel like it or not, because at the end of the day, at the end of your feelings is nothing, and at the end of every principle is a promise. And so my principle is to get out and do what I have to do, whether I feel like it or not. And then the promise is, of course, success, right? So there we go. A little bit of Inspector motivation. Hopefully someone needed to hear that to go out and do what you got to do. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Peace.